Hi, I'm CJ and this is my RC hobby. Today I wanted to show you one of the things I do to help keep myself organized as I go through multiple projects. I'm in the Mid-East coast, so we get pretty decent winters here with a good bit of snow, not exactly his hospitable flying weather. So I tend to do a lot of building during the winter. Sometimes I'll have 4 or 5 different kits going all at the same time, and I like to be able to keep things organized. So one of the things I do is I buy these, which are basically inexpensive. I think they are marketed as shoe boxes. Found them at Walmart in the just the general box and crate area. They're about 97 cents a piece, including the lid. And what I do is I put a label on the end. Now, it's not a print label. It's just a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper that I type up the names of the kits in Word and print it out and then stick it on with just clear box tape. That way I'm not paying for expensive labels, and when I'm done with it, if I use everything out of it and I don't have any model specific items that I want to hang on to in there, I just peel the label off and task it to something else. But some kits I have batteries that are specific to that model because of their size, or I've got things like extra propellers. Sometimes there's extra parts that come with the kit, and I want to hang on to those and I want to keep them someplace. I don't want to keep the big boxes the airplanes come in, so this makes for a pretty nice solution. As you can see, this one says Passer. That is a 2.8 meter sport glider that I just ordered. Should have it in a couple of days. It's from a company called The Build RC. You can find them on thebuildrc.com. They're out of Japan, and the shipping is pretty steep. As I recall, I think it was around $65, which, on top of a kit can kind of put it out of the ballpark of a domestic kit. But I was able to find this on eBay through someone who is importing, and they were, in the United States at least. So the shipping was right back down at a nice level again, and not a problem. So I ordered one. And, of course, you need a lot of stuff to put a kit together. So, for example, I haven't gotten the kit, but things are coming in. For example, the motor. I ordered a Turnigy motor, and as I've mentioned before in a previous video, I like to use the same speed controls. I like the Turnigy Plush. A lot of the kits I use, 30 amp speed control is the way to go. So I've got probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will make 6 kits that have a Turnigy Plush 30 amp in it, and there's a 7th one which is waiting to be built. And I've already got the speed controller for that as well in its box, along with its motor and other parts I need to put it together. Another thing in here is a couple of folding props. I could have bought just one, but as long as you're paying, shipping for a small order, getting an extra prop, having it on hand in case it breaks at the field, I think is always a wise thing to do. I found these. I'll go into these later, let you know where I found them. These are, let me see if I can show you one up close. It's a shield, an aerodynamic shield for the aileron or flap output. So it also is a mount. That's what this bar bolts in on top here, and that anchors a small servo. And then you build your kit with some rails on either side. So these 4 holes at the corners can anchor this down into your wing, and that way the servo arm and its clevis are covered by this little aerodynamic cover, which also protects them on landings, so you don't have to worry about them getting knocked and it potentially damaging the servo or just throwing the control surface off. So I got 4 of them, 2 sets of 2 because I am almost definitely going to do flaps and ailerons on this kit. And let's see, there was 2 more goodies I got in here. One's kind of, you know, kind of boring, just more wire so that I can build up custom leads so that I can do the wing servos. And I saw this, I think it was around 10 bucks. It's just a little item. You can plug it in between a servo or into an output on a receiver if you've got extra channel outputs. It's a lost model alarm. It's supposedly very loud, and when you lose radio contact with the airplane, either through distance or failure, or if you turn the transmitter off, this little sucker starts screaming. And so if you've had your plane go down some distance away from you in a wooded area maybe, and you're having a hard time finding it, this I think might be a nice little item to have. So I got one. I'm going to give it a try. If it works, I'll swap it around plane to plane until I get to the point where it's, you know, if I think it's worth having, I'll buy several of them, possibly one for every airplane, because I hate moving stuff around. It's, you know, when you're at the field, the last thing you want to do is have to dig into a plane to pull something like this out and stick it in another plane before you can fly it. Yeah. So things like that, if they're not too expensive, you know, why not get a couple extra? So in any event, just wanted to show you these boxes, and as you can see behind me, there's a full array of them. Some of them I just use for general things like AA batteries and chargers. I've got a lot of rechargeable AA's, just random servos of various sizes that I may use in various kits. And then we go into specific planes. There's a little microplane I'm working on, my Tundra, a couple of gliders, ASW 28, A800, Phoenix 1600, and now we got the passer. So there you go. Just thought I'd throw that out there for you and see if that's an idea that you might find useful for yourself in your home, in your shop, in your hobby. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and click the little bell so you can get a notification when my next video comes out. Thank you very much.